Hey guys, Sunday Slot Cars here, and as many of you know, we are moving into the mall temporarily for a pop-up shop contest. Now, slot car racing is a sport where you're racing two or more cars on a track. In this case, for this set, it will be analog. You need to go fast on the straights, and depending on how hard you pull the trigger is how fast the car goes. When you get to a corner, you have to let go of the trigger or, ease off of it, or else your car is going to go right over the curb, and then your opponent's going to get the victory. Now, different scales behave differently, and I just thought we'd briefly go over what sets for who and the prices and yada yada yada. The first set we have here is Onto the Podium. It's a 143rd set, and this set's about $110. I have another 143rd set that is $100. We're tax-free, by the way. At the time of this recording, we're tax-free. This is primarily meant for children. This is something as a gift. The larger scales, which we'll get into in a second, are more for teenagers and adults, although 132nd could be for children as well. But this is a 143rd system. It's got some cool things. The nice thing about this is it's ready to race. It's all good to go. If I flip it over, you'll see it comes with a lap counter right there. It's got a bunch of different track configurations. So for 110 bucks for this bad boy here, pretty good deal, especially if you're just looking for a gift. As you can see here, our slot car set has grown up a bit. This is now the larger 132nd scale. I just want to start off by saying right now, the Carrera 132nd scale sets like this, all the 132nd scales I'm about to say, have 124 track in them. In other words, you can run larger cars if you buy this set. It just comes with 132nd. 132nd, from what I understand, 143rd set I just previously showed you will also work on here with those cars. You're not really going to want 143rd cars if you own 132nds. As you can see, these cards are quite a bit larger, more detailed. This would be more something for an older child, I'd say like 10 and up. Although this is going to be fun for the whole family. These sets they start at 220. This particular set here, I believe, is around 250. It comes with a fair amount of track. There are apps on your phone. This is an analog set, so one car per rail. There are apps on your phone that you can download for free for lap counting. So for that other one, I do prefer physical lap counters. But if you were to buy this, to start out, this isn't so bad. You can get phones. I do have one, Motodrome Racer. Again, time of this recording, that comes with all bank turns, which is pretty useful because the bank turns have higher speed. Motodrome's a little bit more, but it's worth it. Another pro about this one is, like I said before, almost any scale slot car will be able to race on this. Maybe not HO, but because it's analog, even the digital cars I sell will run on this. Okay, so this is still 132nd, although it's much larger, and that's because this is a digital set. So what's the difference between analog and digital? Well, digital sets like Carrera's digital set here can't run analog cars. You're only going to be able to run Carrera 132nd and Carrera 124 digital slot cars on a digital set. Now, I know that might seem like a bummer, but keep in mind that the digital slot cars might be more expensive, but they also come with lights where the analog cars do not. Obviously, when I say they come with lights, that's only if the car in the real world will come with lights. So if you buy a Carrera digital, let's say Formula 1 car, that has no lights, it's not going to have lights for digital either. These cars will work, however, on analog slot car tracks. So if you have, let's say, bought this digital set, comes with two digital cars, these two digital cars will work on almost any slot car track. What are the benefits of digital? Well, first off, pretty much any age can run on this. Obviously, if you're with little kids, you're going to want to supervise them, make sure they don't smash the cars up or anything, but each car could be individually have their speed set. They might say, what's the big deal? You can do that on analog. And that's not 100% true because you can run up to 6 cars on this 132nd scale system on just 2 lanes. You can see right here, there's a little red indicator. I don't know how well it's showing up, but there's a lane change piece. It's like an X. And when you press the button on the trigger and you hold it, when your car comes to a lane change, it can switch lanes, and that's how you can pass. These sets are a little bit more expensive. GT Face Off here and the other set I'll be selling when it comes in, coming at $550. I hear you gasp like, whoa, too much, but keep in mind that this comes with a ton of track. There's a lot of different 132 digital cars, and you can kind of chip home series cars. Like if you buy a Carrera chip, as long as the engine's not too powerful or too old, you should be able to chip it. Now, the thing is, digital will be cheaper in the long run if you get into this hobby, in my opinion anyways, because you have a lot less to buy. If you were going to build a 3-person to 4-person slot car track, that's twice the amount of power taps you're going to need. You're going to need just more control, you know, just a ton of stuff. It's definitely one of Carrera's most popular ranges, and this is the one I'm going to be recommending to most people would be GT Face-Off here, because if you buy the App Connect, you're all good to race. It comes with 2 lane changers. One of the best parts about this system is that, you know, just by changing where the lane changers are located on the track, just add more replayability than the traditional analog, because planning out where you're going to pass and everything, very strategic. This here is a Carrera 124 set. So before I was mentioning you could run 124 scale cars on your 132 analog tracks and your 132 digital. You'll have to upgrade the power supply for that to do that, but you can do it. This is how big these cars are. These cars are massive. This is the box here says 10 plus. I would definitely recommend this for 12 and older. This is a teenager's set right here, teenager to adult, obviously. Adults will enjoy the realistic racing feel of these things. These things are not going to be zipping around. They're not slow by any means, but they take a lot of skill to properly get the quickest time around the turns. They also have a harder time braking. So when you let go, you're going to get a little bit of drift. Now you can adjust your brake settings however you want to with digital cars. So even with 1/32 scale set, but with 1/32, because the cars are so much lighter and tend to be lower, usually the magnet will just stop them instantly. These things take a lot of skill. Now I'm going to say this. Whereas 1/32 are more of a party car, something, you know, like a foosball table, this would be more of a RC car. This is something you want to take care of. It is possible to overextend the guide arm and guillotine one of your brushes, or, you know, even break a part of the guide flag off. All of Carrera has spare parts, like a ton of spare parts, so you don't have to worry about it. If you break your brush, all these sets come with spare brushes, and they come with, I believe they come with spare guide blades. Both of those things are rare. You're probably not going to be guillotining too much. You probably will get one. You might get one at the beginning, but yeah, this is some pretty advanced stuff. This is something I'd recommend to somebody who's, you know, a patient person, wants to get into the hobby for sure. This is definitely not something you're going to want to break out with your friends and just, you know, party around, racing around with. This is a very competitive set right here. This set is actually $750. And again, I hear you gasping, but this set comes with the most stuff. This set comes with wireless controllers. Let's see, you can see here, these borders are here for drifting, and it has all the borders for the different turns. And it also comes with like a ton of track. I believe this is 30 feet of track. 30 feet of track, folks, that's a lot of track. The track I used to have at the flea market that everybody was impressed by was 60 feet. Oh, sorry, it might have been like a little, I think it was around 70 feet. So you buy 2 of these sets, or, you know, whatever next 124 set comes out, and the pit lane, and you've got yourself a massive and fun track. Our slot cars aren't just limited to just tracks only. We also sell scenery to help improve your layout or make a little diorama. I know how you're going to be spending a lot more time inside, at least for the next couple months. So, you know, there's some good hobby. There's varying prices. You can see we have some little figures. We have the action stands. Obviously, scenery pieces are going to be varying in prices. There's just a ton of different ways to play slot cars. We have cheap slot car sets. We have expensive slot car sets. We have the premium slot car sets. We also have the slot car track where you can rent some time, test it out, have some fun. So come on down to Sunday Slot Cars. Check us out at Olympia Mall while you can. Limited time only. I believe, you know, just like us on Facebook to find the start date. I don't remember the start date. Just like us on Facebook. You should be liking us on Facebook anyway. Okay, until then, see you later.